Good morning. Today I'm in the western Brecon Beacons in an area called the Black Mountain, and I'm going to do a famous walk here, the Carmarthen Fans, a series of hills and a couple of lovely lakes, quite remote lakes. It's about 20 kilometers, supposed to take about 7 hours. It's a Monday morning in the middle of March. Nobody else here in the car park, and the hills are there behind me. The walk starts today with a 600 meter climb. I think we're at 200 meters here, climbing up to 800 meters, so about 2,000 feet. I've done it in reverse a few months ago. It's long, but I don't recall it as being too steep. So let's get the rucksack on and get into it. I don't know whether this will show the slope, but it's quite steep. I've just been passed by a couple of guys who are walking the Cambrian Way. They've got apparently a 10-hour day ahead of them today, heading for Llandovery. That's the top of the initial sharp climb. I think the slope eases off a bit now. We're heading that way, up to Van here, and then on to Picasty. Just stopped for a cup of coffee and a biscuit. I'm up at about 700 meters now. Only another 100 meters to the top of the climb, although there's plenty more of ups and downs after that. And that's my way over those summits there. We've dropped down off the hills, down to the first of the lakes, Linnevan Vawr, which I think means small lake of the hills. And the bigger one, Linnevan Vach, will be coming later. There's a hut here, which I did this walk once about 20 years ago, and I seem to remember it being some sort of bothy affair. So let's go and have a look. Might be a good place for lunch. Let's turn around and have a look. Well, the door's seen better days. Yeah, much as I remember it. A bench each side, and a fireplace, and someone's abandoned tent. Well, it'll do for lunch. And that is Linnevan Vawr. I think that's right, which is the big one. Lake of the hill, and Vawr means large or big. There is a very cold wind blowing and very few people around. It's all rather lovely, really. Long, rocky, quite tricky descent down a very badly eroded path. Which makes a very slow progress. I'm back at the car. The walk took 7.5 hours. According to OS Maps, that was 21 kilometers, 1,001 meters of elevation. Yeah, a good walk. Would I recommend it to people? Well, I've done it twice now. I'll probably never do it again, but I do recommend it. I think it's a great walk. I wouldn't want to do it in bad weather. The only shelter on the whole route is that bothy by the first lake, right at the furthest most point. There's nothing else. So it's a walk for a good weather day, I would say. The Carmarthen Fans. I'll put the grid reference for this parking spot, which is right by the pub. The Tafarn y Garreg, just up the road from the show caves. I think it's Dan Ogoff show caves in Wales. Anyway, I'll put the grid reference up. There's this funny little dead end road. There you are. It's a dead end. Perfect parking for probably 10 or 12 cars. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'm off home.